into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bob's Burgers After Show, Season 6, Episode 9, Sacred Couch. If you guys have not done so already, please be sure to go on over to iTunes and subscribe to us there. Leave us reviews. Let us know what you think. And if you are listening on iTunes, remember, you can also go over to YouTube, and then you can watch us talk about Bob's Burgers. In addition to hearing our lovely voices, you can also see our lovely faces. And, of course, for those of you who are watching right now, you can watch live on YouTube. So we are following along with the live chat, as well as the hashtag on Twitter, ABTVBobsB, because Bob's Burgers would be a lot of hashtag, and we want to have room to tag humans as well as hashtags. I am Emma Fyffe, your host. You can follow me all over the internet at Emma Fyffe, and I am joined by the lovely Alana Jordan.
Hey, I'm the lovely Alana Jordan. So says Emma. I'll take it. You can find me on Twitter at Alana Jordan and on Instagram at that Alana Jordan girl.
So, Sacred Couch. This episode for me brought back a lot of memories of growing up in Connecticut. And I don't know if you guys in Alabama had a discount furniture store.
I don't know if you have seen the It's Just Like a Mini Mall commercial.
No.
From Alabama,
What?
which is what I feel like the Sacred Couch attire, the Sofa Queen was based off of. Go look it up if you haven't seen it.
Okay.
But it's like this whole flea market. And he's like, Montgomery Flea Market. It's just like a mini mall. And that was our
Okay, so
Sofa
in
Queen.
Connecticut, we had Bob's Discount Furniture. And there was a guy, Bob, who did all of the commercials, who would like walk around his store and be like, my sofas are blah, blah, blah price. And then and the commercials always ended with, come on down. So anybody who grew up in the Northeast, maybe you know what I'm talking about. But
That's amazing. And also that it's Bob just makes me very
right?
happy.
Right, exactly. So the Sofa Queen to me seemed like a way cooler version of that, honestly.
I'm going to show you this mini mall.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. So basically the whole plot of the episode is that they have this very old couch in their house, which I feel is something that everybody can relate to, I guess, unless you are a millionaire and just constantly replacing your furniture. But yeah, so basically it's like they've had this couch since the babies were born, and it's old and it's stained and it's fallen apart. And everyone in the family really, really wants them to get a new couch, but Linda is not so into that idea.
I just love that they started this episode, too, with Linda mouthing along to a Sofa Queen commercial.
Yep.
But she's so anti getting a new couch, but she's all about this commercial. Like, that's just such a quintessential Linda thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That she's like so emotionally invested in advertising, but not in actually purchasing the products that are being advertised at her.
And also emotionally invested in her weird inanimate objects.
Yeah,
like her couch
absolutely.
That is like a member of her family.
Well, I mean, and that's something that we see with the family, with the Belcher family a lot in Bob's Burgers, is like, this is not, they're not constantly replacing their stuff. Like they care, or certainly Linda especially cares about stuff in a way that like stuff is a person.
Exactly. Like when Louise when she's like, it's scruffy. We don't want anything scruffy in here. And he's like, turn around.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, oh, it's Scruff City in here.
Exactly. So yeah, it basically opens up with all of them being like, nah, this couch. And Linda's like, no, this couch is amazing. It smells like memories. And
which is apparently Bob's BO and guacamole.
Yep, exactly. Tina said mostly dad. And Louise basically concocts this plan. She sort of unwittingly brings her dad into to get rid of the old couch and get a new couch. So basically, like, she pulls him aside and she's like, man, I want to go get some snacks. Dad, you like snacks, right? Which he does not pick up on. And so she drags him away to the kitchen and Bob's basically like, man, like, oh, eventually something will happen to the couch and then, like, we'll have to get rid of it. So Louise takes that as an invitation to take matters into her own hands.
Don't hire a hitman. You can't unorder a hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love to, though, talking about just quintessential moments that embody these characters. That Bob having this conversation with Louise is still like, were you serious about the snacks? Because I hid some fudge pretzels from Jean. Yeah. And then Jean has gotten to the pretzels and left a note that says checkmate.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yes, I want to live in this house with you.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. Well, because as you say, it is very much, it does a really good job of being consistent in terms of the characterization of all of the individual people on the show, because that is absolutely something that Jean would do. So yes, Louise takes matters into her own hands, and she brings a nail file into the living room in the middle of the night, along with her, like, little glowworm. Did you have a glowworm as a kid at all? My brother had one.
Oh, I had a glowworm. I loved it.
Yeah, and that's what Louise basically was using as her light source, was like a more monstery looking version of a glowworm.
I had the one that had the hat, though, that you could pull on either face, so it could be awake or asleep, depending on which side of the face that you covered.
Yeah.
So I felt like hers, that just would have been a nice little added bonus. We all had that one.
Just to address a couple of things from the chat, we were talking about the appearance of the couch, and Hassan in the chat says that the couch kind of reminded him of the Simpsons couch. The Simpsons couch is blue. Oh, the new couch kind of looked like the Simpsons couch. I'm trying to.
The Simpsons couch is brown.
It is.
It does look like that one.
Yeah.
It's very similar. It just doesn't have the Afghan on the back that Linda has added.
Yes.
Presumably to hide one of the billions of stains.
Yes.
That's on old John Stamos.
Yes, absolutely. And Renji says that Linda is a fan of Beauty and the Beast. Sure.
Yeah. Why not?
Yep. Absolutely. Yes. So anyway, sort of continuing on with the story and the fate of the couch, of course, as we say, Louise goes in and she kind of files down the middle portion of the couch so that the next day when they all gather on the couch, they sit on the couch and it breaks. Hence prompting them to all go on this trip to the Sofa Queen store and try to find a new couch.
I absolutely adore that it starts with her standing there in her full regalia and they're like, there she is, there's the Sofa Queen, and it just falls over because it's cardboard cutout.
I love it.
So good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Only a cartoon like Bob's Burgers could really nail that scene.
Well, and I feel like Bob's Discount Furniture had a cardboard cutout of Bob, the guy that you saw in all of the commercials. Oh. Yep.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. But there is this other character that's part of the Sofa Queen universe, which is the Sofa Jester. That was actually really funny, I thought, from the ad at the very beginning, when the Sofa Queen is like, normal adults do not own futons.
Yes. Yes. Wanda Sykes is just amazing. And as soon as she started talking, and you can instantly recognize that it's Wanda Sykes. Oh, yeah,
totally.
You're like, everything that she says is going to be hilarious.
Yes, yeah.
And it did not disappoint.
It did not. And then Jordan Peele was the Sofa Jester, which was amazing. And, of course, his constant catchphrase is boing, which
Bob just adored.
Yep.
He loved it.
Yeah. Well, and Linda was like, because Linda was so sad about leaving their couch out on the curb, which to me, when they were leaving the couch out on the curb, all I could think was, some fraternity is going to come pick up this couch and they're going to add it to their living room that already has 25 couches. Because my brother's frat house in college, like literally, I was walking around Boston with him one time and we ran into some of his frat first of all, there were no less than 10 couches in their living room. Like it was just like rows of couches, like no space in between, just couches everywhere. And we ran into some of his fraternity brothers bringing in yet another couch from the curb. And I was like, oh, guys, this is why you have bed bugs in your house. house.
Oh.
Disgusting. Yes, so they sadly left their damaged couch on the curb, and Teddy is going to watch it for them and make sure that it doesn't end up in the wrong hands. So Linda is like frantically monitoring what's going on with the old couch and just feeling so sad that she has no interest in buying a new couch whatsoever.
Making the jester say his one line from the commercial over and over.
Yes.
Because I'm numb. Say it until I feel something.
Yeah, exactly.
So good.
Yeah, and so basically what then ensues is... I think a very familiar scenario of anyone who's ever gone furniture shopping and brought children along, which is that when the parents are shopping, the older kids, so in this case it was, Tina and Jean, who were old enough to kind of take care of themselves to a certain extent, separate from their parents and go get into all kinds of trouble. I used to love going to furniture stores when I was a kid, especially when I would like tag along with our other neighbors of ours that we were good friends with, or like we'd all go together, because we would pretend that the different furniture setups were like our apartments. I don't know if you ever went on adventures and played games in furniture stores, but I sure did. So the high chair contest with Tina and Jean was very familiar to me.
I feel like that's why I did not go to the furniture stores, is because my parents knew that I would be the one being like, why do people sit in low chairs? There should only be high chairs. I'm going to ask mom and dad to get it. Like, I would just go full Tina and just...
Yeah.
So they just left me at home. They knew better.
So Tina and Jean are involved in this high chair contest, basically, where they're going to see which one of them can fit in a high chair. And I just loved that the sofa jester, rather, was like... He's like, yeah, we have a you break it, you buy it policy, and I work on commissions, so be my guest, like, please. And they're like, oh my gosh, he's so nice, so generous. Like, totally missing the point of what he was actually intending to occur in this scenario. Meanwhile, Bob and Linda do discover a couch that Linda shows a little bit of affection towards.
I feel like affection might be a strong word. She just doesn't hate it.
This is true.
She's like, it's fine.
I mean, based on the fact that she hated everything else, this is good.
She cursed at several, gave one the finger.
Yep. So they're sort of considering getting this blue couch, and then they call Gina and Gina. I just made Tina and Jean into one person. Hello, Tina and Jean over to check out the couch that they're looking at just in the nick of time before they can dive off of the top of dressers into these high chairs. And they all sit on the couch and kind of agree, like, okay, well, this is good. We could totally work with this.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even at that point, though, you knew that there was going to be a turning point. Nothing with this family is simple.
I know.
The Belchers can't just say, okay, there's a new couch.
Yeah.
There's more drama is going to ensue.
Yeah. But what's so funny is that, like, I really wanted them to embrace the new couch.
Yeah, especially when they were talking about how gross the old couch
I know.
is. I'm like, guys, come on. Like, you don't have to be that gross. Like,
yeah.
There's a line.
Yeah.
I feel like when the biggest piece of furniture in the room is this stinky old couch.
Yeah.
But... I mean, I do like that they reminisce.
Absolutely. No, I totally get the whole, like, sentimental value thing, but I just, like, I don't know. I guess I'm, like, the kind of person that, like, I always want a new couch. So.
Yeah. Well, my family, I feel like my family is very similar to the Belchers, but... This is why I was like, well, I'm surprised they didn't do what we did, which is just take old blankets and put them over the couch all the time for when you spill. And then when company comes, then you actually see what color the couch is for the first time.
Right.
Months. Yeah. Because you've just had old blankets on it to make sure that when you drop spaghetti, it doesn't destroy the couch.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, well, and for us too, I guess, like, we were sort of at an advantage that we had a basement. And we had a finished attic that was our playroom. So usually it's like stuff that was like living room, family room furniture would get retired to the basement or the attic.
Yeah.
Before it was retired from our lives completely.
Yeah, that That is always kind of what happened with ours, too, was it just got moved somewhere else, which I kind of thought was going to be the case here. I thought they would keep both of them, but I was wrong.
No.
I'm also kind of surprised that the couch got that messed up, considering they eat at a table. Like, very few people do that anymore. Like, most people eat on the couch.
That's true. That's very true.
Like, you're in a separate room where you do all your messy stuff. What is happening here?
Yeah.
What is happening, Belchers?
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. It's it did seem a little like, I mean, except from the point of view that this couch has been in their family for so long.
Yeah.
So it's like gradual wear and tear over time, like Tina teething on it and Jean vomiting on it, and the many times Louise moved the cushions around.
That was the only thing, too. I was like, well, this was the one time that Louise didn't really do anything.
I know, right? Exactly.
She's the only one who didn't
It's
mess
like,
things up.
Okay, well, that's pretty standard, actually. Just couch forts. Most kids do that. We definitely had a couch like that as a kid that we would prop up the pillows on, that you could take them all off and move them around. And ours, the back cushions even came off on the first couch that we had when I was a little kid. Oh, man, we took those couches apart many, many times. So they decide they're going to buy this blue couch, and they're going to buy the floor model because they can get it for cheaper because it has a little tiny, tiny bit of damage on it. I loved the Chester's dance that he's supposed to do whenever he makes a sale.
I just love it because it means that the sofa queen has been like, now when I'm in the back and you're on the floor and you make a sale, you gotta do this stupid little dance.
Yep.
Like, she's just calling all of the shots to the point that she's like, no, don't forget to do your little dance.
Yep. Well, and it was super funny because it was like a half committed Chester thing. Like, that was what was so funny about his whole performance, was like, it was so like half-hearted. Like, it was not over the top at all. It's just he had these ridiculous phrases that he was just saying like they were normal.
Yeah. It was like scatting, but very apathetic scatting.
Yeah, I mean, and with like some hey nani nanis thrown in there.
It was just like, what? Okay.
It was super weird, but I liked it. Yes, and so they get the couch, but right before they're gonna close the deal is when Louise realizes that Bob was, quote unquote, involved in sabotaging the old couch.
I feel like part of it, though, is that Louise she hears things how she wants to hear them.
Yes, she does.
Bob definitely did not mean go sabotage the couch.
No.
But I also really like that he doesn't fight her on that. And he doesn't say, to publicly with the family,
right?
No, you put me in this. This was all you,
right?
He's just like, oh, this is my life. All right.
Yep. That's so true. Yes, no, and it's so typical of Bob being like, all right, I'm just gonna roll with what's happening here because
this is the scenario.
Yep.
So I guess that's my part in it.
Yep. This is the family that I have created, and I have to live with it. But fortunately, as Linda is having her meltdown, we do actually get to meet the sofa queen in person.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. I love just everything about that pep talk was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's you, sofa queen. It's you, crying lady in the store.
Yeah, it was great. And she basically is like, that's a grody old couch. It's time to get...
That's a nasty couch.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we hear in the industry. That's right. Yeah, that was good. And of course, Louise is the one who spotted her and convinces her to convince her mom, basically, that they need to get a new couch, which ultimately backfires on Louise, because when they get this couch home is when Louise starts getting a little sentimental when she sees it out on the curb.
Yeah, which... it's understandable. It was really sad seeing this old couch get splashed by water.
Yeah.
She was like, Teddy, where are you, buddy? You've been like, you're yelling at pigeons.
It's true, yeah.
And shooing away men in shorts, but you can't put a tarp over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on,
yeah.
There's a huge puddle.
And then some teenage boys show up and you're like, they're legit. I wouldn't let this guy wearing shorts sit on the couch.
But they're in a band. That's just Tina mentality. There you go.
Jeez, that's true. No, that was really funny when they're like, so it was a few teenage boys, and Tina's like, I volunteered to trade myself for the couch.
So good. I also love the tiny Star Wars moment that we got when the sofa queen was talking to Linda. And she's like, I love you. I know.
Yeah.
But then followed by huggies. Too much.
Too much. That's too much. So they go to hunt down these boys who have taken their couch, and they go to a bar. The bartender was Keegan Michael Key, so we had both Key and Peele in this episode. And he's like, oh yeah, the band, the Couch Burners.
The Melon Smashers. So this was my dream band, is just don't ever really play music, just take cool pictures while you break things.
Yep.
And then come up with a cool new band name every week.
I like it.
That's all I want in life.
Exactly. You don't need to have any actual musical talent.
No, I want a Couch Burners t-shirt.
Yeah.
Couch Burners World Tour 2016.
But I just loved that the bartender was like, why did you give a couch to the Couch Burners? They, of course, give them the couch. The couch was just kind of
taken. As they said, finders keepers, keepers burners.
Yep.
You leave your couch on the side of the road, teenagers are going to light it on fire.
Exactly. But then ultimately they trade the new couch for the old couch, so that because they don't have room for both the couches.
And
which is
they burned $500 worth of couch, and the kids can't even open their eyes.
I know. That was funny.
And I love that Bob is the one who ends up taking the picture for them. Like, who was going to take the picture originally if nobody was there? What were these kids going to do?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
And also, they're teenagers in 2016. They can Photoshop. They could have added a couch.
They could have, absolutely. They could have just bought like a Getty image of a burning couch.
Yeah, there you go.
Can't be that expensive, right?
Google image search.
Burning couch. Photoshop that in the background. Boom. Band poster.
This is the best episode for just like band names, puns, like any little quick-witted. This was like the Twitter of episodes.
Yeah.
Just everything was very quick, to the point little jokes.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Did you have any particular puns that we have not covered that you wrote down that you were particularly taken by?
Girth Brooks
was
a really
that
good
was
one.
Good. Yeah, when they were debating the high chair thing.
The high chairs. That one was really good. As a response to Teenage Mutant Teenager Legs, which good burn, Gene. Good burn.
Yep.
Yeah, what were some of your favorites? Did you have any really good
No,
puns?
I just you had mentioned the puns, so I was curious what you had thought. But I did also enjoy Girth Brooks. I also really liked when they were all gathering to have family movie night, and Tina comes running out and is like, I want something with adult situations, but I would settle for mature themes.
Yes. She's just awesome.
Yeah, very. She's, you know what? If Tina is nothing if not consistent in her womanly desires, if you will. Any other things that came up in the episode that you want to bring up? Sadly for us, the opening credits were cut off from the recording that we watched.
And there wasn't a burger this episode.
I know, because they weren't
the other things. We love seeing what's next to Bob's Burgers establishment at the beginning and the burger of the day, but we had a whole burger of the day episode.
I know. It was so sad.
At least we learned a valuable lesson.
Yes.
Which is, if you love something, set it
on fire. That ending song was great. No, since you are so into the burger of the day, because you weren't with us for the last episode, so I just wanted to get your opinion on Runny Out of Time.
I liked it, actually. The burgers are always my favorite. So when I was watching that episode, I was
very emotionally invested. Oh yeah.
Like that was my I was like, I also want to yell at Bob and be like, where's the burger, Bob? It's the burger of the day. Fix it. So that one I think kind of made up for this season not having as many episodes that featured the burger of the day.
That is true, yeah.
Where normally we get one. Yeah. There'll be one or two that we don't. Typically a Gale episode, and that makes up for it. But since this season hasn't had we've had several episodes without the burger of the day, I think that was really smart of them to have a whole episode that was like, okay, here's a collection of all the best puns. Yeah. We know our fans. We're here for you.
I feel like this season they've really been getting out of the restaurant a lot.
Yeah. Which is fine with me as long as we still get to know what the burger of the day is. That's all I want.
Exactly.
They are having a Bob's Burgers cookbook, though, that officially is coming out, that has the recipes with all of the punny burgers, that I will buy that cookbook and never actually cook anything because I'm a horrible cook.
Yes.
And I'll just eat some In-N-Out and pretend like it came from the book and read the puns.
I'm definitely gonna need some Bob's Burgers made from the Bob's Burgers cookbook. That's 100% up my alley. Also, in a little bit of news and gossip, so to speak, that I don't think we've discussed on the show before.
AfterBuzz TV News.
There is a Bob's Burgers live show that is coming back to Los Angeles this year. There was a sold-out tour in 2015, so it looks like it's going to take place on April 29th at 8 o'clock p.m. at the Wiltern here in Los Angeles. And it's a comedy musical extravaganza celebrating 100 episodes of the series, with the 100th episode scheduled to air on May 22nd, 2016 on Fox. The night will also include a live table reading of classic episode scripts, the cast stand-up comedy performances, and sneak peek clips from future episodes. So tickets for that went on sale on February 19th. So
nice.
Yeah.
So if you're in LA,
you should totally check that out. Yeah, Alexis posted about it on my wall, actually. I remember being like, you should go to this thing, because I do like my Bob's Burgers quite a lot.
If only burgers were provided.
Oh, man.
The only oversight.
Oh, you're right. They have time, though. They could change their minds.
Tiny mini burgers.
Oh, yes.
Make it.
All right, there you go, Bob's Burgers Live. Take that suggestion, run with it. We don't even need credit or money. We just need free burgers.
We just need burgers. That's in life. That's just my motto. Yeah. I don't need anything else, just burgers. Make it happen.
Exactly. And I mean, what else can you say? I feel like that's a great note to end the episode on. If you love something, set it on fire, and all you need is burgers. All right, awesome. So, Elena, what's going on with you? Where can people find you on the internet?
They can find me all over the interwebs. Well, first on Twitter at
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it's just like a mini mall.
Oh
I will tweet out this whole video for you too, Bob's Burgers fans. You can find that video and all of my tweets on Twitter at Elena Jordan. You can also find me on Instagram at that Elena Jordan girl.
And I'm Emma Fyffe. You can follow me all over the internet at Emma Fyffe, which is my name, EMMAFYFFE. That is all F's as in Fred for anybody who is listening. No S's as in sofa, which is another word for couch. F and S tend to sound the same on the phone, or when you record them into a microphone and then transmit them into somebody's ears. I can be found on a bunch of shows here at AfterBuzzTV.com, and if you follow me on Twitter, you will know about them because I tweet a lot. Thank you again so much to everybody for joining us. We will be back again with a new episode next week, because Bob's Burgers is airing again next week. It gets a little crazy with its airing schedule sometimes, but we should be on for the next few weeks here, so we will see you guys then.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Boing.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.